Hello, estudiantes. Today we're going to talk about direct objects and direct object pronouns, or DOPs. So make sure that you have your direct objects note guide and you're filling it out together as we go through the PowerPoint together. All right, let's talk about what direct objects are and how to identify them. Direct objects receive the action of the verb in a sentence. This is both in English and in Spanish. Notice here we have "we eat carrots." In this sentence, carrots is the direct object because it receives the action of the verb. What is it that we eat? Carrots. Also, please notice that it is found here in the sentence after the verb. So the object tends to come right after the verb, both in English and in Spanish. We eat carrots. Carrots is the direct object. Direct objects answer the question who or what about the verb in a sentence. So look here, I read a book. What is it that I read? A book, okay? It's answering who or what of the verb. This one is a who. Juan sees Eva. Who does Juan see? Eva. And notice here that it does come after the verb in these sentences as well. Direct object pronouns replace the direct object in a sentence. So look here, she buys the jacket. We know the jacket is the object because it answers what does she buy. But sometimes we don't want to keep saying jacket over and over. We want to replace it with a pronoun that's smaller and easier. So she buys it. It would be the pronoun we use to replace jacket. Please pause the video and fill out part A of the note guide. All right, part B has a chart for you to fill in. Let's look at the chart, okay? So direct object pronouns in English would be me, you, us, and so on. So let's fill in the chart. If you want to say me in Spanish, you would say me. If you want to say you, which is a familiar you would say te as a direct object pronoun. If you want to say you formal, if it's a male. Him or it, if it is masculine, you would use lo. You formal, if it's a female. Her or it, if it is feminine, would be la. On the plural side, if you want to say us, it would be nos. And you plural or them would be los or las. The only difference here would be that them, using los, would be masculine, and them, if it's feminine, would be las, okay? Direct object pronouns, or DOPs, replace the direct object and must agree in gender and number with the direct object that they replace. So for example, if I say yo compro la blusa, we know that blouse is the direct object because it's what I buy. So we want to take it out, get rid of it, and replace it with a pronoun, okay? So if we want to say I buy it, it being feminine would be la. So yo la compro means I buy it. Ella lleva los calcetines, as she wears socks. If we want to replace that with a pronoun and say she wears them, then we remove that direct object, los calcetines, and we replace it with a pronoun. In this case, we would use los because that is masculine plural. Ella los lleva means she wears them. Okay, pause the video and fill in that part of part B. All right, some more information. It says when there is only one verb in the sentence, the direct object pronoun, or the DOP, must be placed right before the conjugated verb. So this is a little different in English than it is in Spanish, but notice it's not too hard if you notice the pattern, okay? So if you want to say I see you, notice here in English the you, the direct object pronoun, comes after the verb. In Spanish it has to come before the verb, okay? So yo te veo, notice before the verb, okay? Te comes before, means I see you. Okay, nosotros los amamos means we love them. Okay, notice the verb amamos. We have to put the DOP before it. Okay, and then finally, yo la entiendo, I understand her. In English, the verb and then the DOP. In Spanish, the DOP and then the verb. Okay, pause the video and fill that information out for part B. All right, now not all sentences have only one verb. So when there are two verbs in the sentence, you have two options on your placement for your DOP, okay? Before the first verb or attached to the second. Let's look at the first, before the first, okay? We're used to this. We just saw it before the verb on the previous slide, okay? So I want to see you. Notice here we have two verbs. Quiero, I want, and ver, to see. We can put it before the conjugated verb, just like we did on the other slide, right? Right here before quiero, yo te quiero ver, means I want to see you. Or if we have that second verb, we can attach it to the second verb, okay? So yo quiero verte, notice here we have attached it to the second verb, and they both mean I want to see you. So yo te quiero ver before the conjugated verb, or yo quiero verte, attached to the second. Pause the video and fill in the rest of that part for your note guide. All right, practiquemos. Write the correct DOP in the blank. All right, so if you notice here, we have a sentence that tells us what our direct object is. Ella tiene el libro. She has the book. What does she have? The book. So we know that's the direct object, okay? But we want to replace the book with a pronoun. So if we want to say she has it, we have to choose a masculine it. In that case would be lo. So ella lo tiene means she has it, referring to the book. All right, pause the video and see if you can do 2 through 5 on your own. We'll check our answers. All right, número 2, yo compro los lápices. I'm buying pencils, okay? If you want to say I'm buying them, then you need to replace los lápices, which is the direct object, with the direct object pronoun, okay? So them in Spanish would be either los or las, and because los lápices is masculine, we have to go with los. Número 3, nosotros llevamos las faldas. We wear skirts. If you want to replace skirts, the direct object, with a pronoun and say we wear them, then you remove las faldas and replace it with las, okay, because it's feminine and plural. 4, ellos necesitan la ropa. They need the clothing. If you want to say they need it, again, you take out la ropa and you replace it with it as a feminine word, which would be la. So ellos la necesitan means they need it. 5, tú abres la tienda, you open the store. If you want to say you open it, then you remove la tienda and replace it with the pronoun. So tú la abres, you open it. Now I want you to take note here before we move on that all of these stops come before the verb. Okay, we had one verb in each of these sentences. Therefore, we have to put the object before the verb. Okay. Más práctica, we're going to do the first one together and then you'll pause and see if you can do the second on your own. Nosotros queremos visitar el centro comercial means we want to visit the mall. If you want to replace the mall as the direct object with a DOP, a direct object pronoun, then you would remove it from the sentence, okay? And then replace it with the DOP. So in this case, nosotros, we want to put it here before the conjugated verb, okay? So the DOP we need is lo. We would say nosotros lo queremos visitar. But because we have two verbs, we can also, instead of placing it before the first one, attach it to the second. So we can either say nosotros lo queremos visitar or nosotros queremos visitarlo and attach it here, okay? Pause the video and see if you can do the second one on your own. All right, check your answers. Ellos odian comprar los jeans means they hate to buy jeans. So notice here, we put the direct object pronoun or the DOP for jeans before the conjugated verb, they hate. And then in this sentence, we attached it to the second verb or the infinitive, comprar. All right, so ellos los odian comprar or ellos odian comprarlos both mean they hate to buy them. All right, write any questions you may have at this time on the note guide. Make sure you ask them in class before the quiz. There will be a 5-point mini quiz next day. Please take the initiative to watch the video more than once in order to fully and completely understand the content covered in the video or in order to clear up any confusion. So at this time, pause the video and write any questions you have for part E. Adios.